Hello class, today we begin our study of prehistoric art. The first human creations dealt with hunting and being hunted. With birth. With life and death, with existence. Extinction, and yes, the afterlife. The images from prehistory were probably symbols standing for the processes of life. Their placement deep in underground caves suggests sanctuaries where religious rituals and ceremonies were performed. Did I say religious? Yes, I did. And as we continue our studies into more chapters from our text, we'll see that man has held a huge interest in the afterlife, which continues.
Hello, Mr. House.
Hello, Kimberly, thanks for joining me today.
Thanks for asking me. I'm glad I could come. I see you're discussing prehistoric art.
Yes, I wanted to make a short video lecture for my e-learning students. Why don't you stick around and help me?
Sure. I'd love to.
Are you familiar with the Venus of Willendorf?
Yes, I am. She is sometimes called the Woman of Willendorf also.
That's correct. She is one of the earliest images of a woman found from prehistory.
I've read she and figures like her were most likely made as fertility figures.
'Tis true. She stands on 4½ inches high and was carved from a lithic limestone and was discovered on the banks of the Danube River in Austria.
Is it true that she was made by hunter-gatherers who lived in the area?
Most likely. However, the greater question is why were prehistoric humans stimulated by an exaggerated image such as this?
Mr. House, from what I've read, the answer possibly lies in the workings of the human brain.
Yes, this is a theory, a neurological principle known as the peak shift. The people who made this statue lived in a harsh Ice Age environment where features of fatness and fertility would be highly desirable. So, in Paleolithic terms, the parts that mattered most had to do with successful reproduction.
So therefore, these parts were isolated and amplified by the artist's brain.
That appears to be correct according to the theory of peak shift.
Wow, I mean totally awesome. Can we briefly talk about the caves at Lascaux in France?
Absolutely. Did you know that the Lascaux caves were found accidentally in 1940? And the paintings are regarded as the most outstanding of all known prehistoric art.
How interesting. Tell me more.
Well, far inside these caverns the hunter artists engraved and painted on the walls pictures of animals such as mammoth, bison, reindeer, and the horse. For light they used tiny stone lamps filled with marrow or fat, with a wick, perhaps, of moss. For drawing they used chunks of red and yellow ochre. For painting, they ground these same ochres into powders, that they blew onto the walls or mixed with some medium, such as animal fat, before applying. A large flat bone served as a palette. They could make bruises from reeds or bristles.
Sounds like they could use a blowpipe of reeds to trace outlines of figures and to put pigments on out-of-reach surfaces.
Very true. And they had stone scrapers for smoothing the wall and sharp flint points for engraving.
Well, it seems that hunter-gatherers can be identified by their tools.
I would believe that to be correct. Well, thank you, Kimberly. You've been a big help.
No problem, Mr. House. I love your class and can hardly wait to read all of Chapter 1.
Fantastic. Please read Chapter 1 using our text. Art, a brief history, and continue through all of the information found in Module 2. Bet you never thought you would be taught by a cartoon. Life is a cartoon. I should know. I'm living it. Good day.